Back in the early 2000s, this was General Motors' flagship vehicle, the Cadillac Escalade. Every single rapper, actor, gangster had this car and knew it cost around $56,000. In today's price, that's around $96,000. And I just bought this one for $930. So what the heck is wrong with it? Welcome to Pomeroy's Garage, where I turn poor choices into content. Today, my most recent poor choice is this Cadillac Escalade. It's a 2004, it's pretty nice, but it does have a couple of problems. I was flipping through Facebook Marketplace and I saw this car listed for $2,500 Canadian, which is around $1,700 American. And I was like, oh, you know, it's a nice car, it's low clicks, so it should have a good engine in it. I'm just gonna use it for its 6-liter and LS swap it into something. And that's actually what I've said every single time when I've bought all of my Cadillac Escalades, and they all still have their engines in them because they're such nice cars. But I was like, okay, I'm for sure gonna change this one into an engine donor because of all the damage to it. But then I got to looking at it and the rust really is non-existent, the interior is in good condition, and all of the damaged parts are easily replaceable. So that is what I'm gonna try to do, is fix this Escalade. But I'll show you guys around it. You guys let me know if I'm crazy or not. I mean, I have bought the parts already, but I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. But one thing that the guy did say is, I know it doesn't have any mufflers, and I don't think it has catalytic converters. I haven't even been underneath the car. He said the transmission slipped in like 3rd or 4th gear. I haven't checked the fluid. I have no idea if it has fluid in it even. So we're gonna check that. We're gonna get it started, moving around, and see if I can fix this thing without having to put a tranny in it. But the first thing I want to do is show you guys around the car and what I saw when I went to go purchase it. So from this side, the car honestly doesn't look too bad. The rims are in really nice condition. They're the chrome. I like that they can be cleaned up. And the main part where they rust is right here. And as you can see, there's rust, but it hasn't went through anywhere. So I can clean that up and kind of fix that. And hopefully, like, being that there's no holes, it will be able to safety. But the interior is in very nice condition. I mean, for being a 2004, and obviously it wasn't cleaned or anything like that, but the seats are in good condition. Usually all of these things are ripped and torn up here, and they're not. The steering wheel is in good condition. The dash is in good condition. The headliner will need to be replaced, but, or maybe just fixed up in a couple of spots. But when I had this car on before and I had power to it, everything worked. It still had Sirius XM on it. And yeah, it's not that bad of a car. And all the door panels, they don't have any nicks or scratches. It has the 2 captain seats in the back, which I love. I love those things. And then it has the 3rd row seats. So, like, it's not a bad car from the inside and interior wise. Usually these cars are super beat up, so I'm happy with that. My red Cadillac Escalade, for example, it was totally destroyed on the interior. The headliner was coming down, the seat needed to be replaced, there was nicks and scratches on every single door panel, and I paid $3,000 more than I did for this car. So, I mean, this is a pretty good steal. Going around to look outside the car again, usually the rear hatches peel and there's a bunch of paint coming off. That's not the case. There's not a lot of rust on the hitch, which is good. But this is the bad side of the car. And the most unfortunate side is this right here. There was a front end collision that affected the fender, the bumper, the headlight, the hood, and the grille. So, good thing is, I have all of those pieces except the fender, which is really, really annoying. So if any of you guys know of a fender that I can buy for this car, I've checked all the scrap yards near me, I've checked on Facebook Marketplace, and there is nothing in this color, and I really don't want to get something painted. I want to do this as cheaply as possible and get this car back on the road and being able to use it. So hopefully there's just one out there on the internet. I think what I want to do right now though is just, let's get some power into this thing, get it started so you guys can hear it. I have no idea if there's any gas in here. And try to move it under its own power into the garage and put it up on the hoist so you guys can see underneath it. So I got my NOCO jumper pack here, and I'm just gonna try and start the car up. The battery is from 2002, or sorry, not 2002, from 2022. And so hopefully it has a little bit of life left in it, and this battery can get it started. Let's go turn it on. So it's not detecting any life right now, or else those lights would be like flashing. So I'm gonna put it in like restart mode, and let's try here, trying to start it up. Oh, that's not a good sign. There's no jingles, no chimes or anything. Oh, check engine light came on. That came on, okay, let's just see. Oh. Oh, and it started. I knew it would start. I mean, I did move it here, but it has been sitting for, well, since October. So that's good to know. I guess what I'll do right now is just try to move it into there without having to put gas in it. Let's do that. Like, it doesn't feel like it has a bad transmission, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I've blown up my fair share of transmissions. Okay, while it's running, let me just check the transmission fluid, make sure that it's all good. So, to my knowledge, well, let's just see, I'll show you on it right here. That looks to be pretty burnt. So, it's filled up properly, but insanely dirty. Just, yeah. So that needs to be changed. And I want to really see if it does have, I want to see if it is slipping in gear and drive it. So I haven't driven this thing yet. Let's put it up on the hoist. Let's see underneath it. And then I'm going to see what I'm going to do with this thing. So just put the car on the hoist, and I now get a better idea of why it was $950. As I said, I looked underneath it, and it did look pretty good, but I must have had shit in my eyes. And the reason I say that is because, well, honestly, I don't know if I would have been able to see it when I did. But do you guys see right there? Yeah, that's just a huge hole in the floor. That is a big rust hole in the floor, and I'm sure that can be fixed. It goes from like all the way in the back. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what the heck that is, but that is a big rust hole. But other than that, the car looks fine. Like, the frame is nice. Like, it just looks like it's been in Ontario for a long time. I should have looked at it before I went and bought parts for the front of it. But that being said, I mean, it's not too bad. There's a lot of salvageable parts on it. The rims are nice, and the doors and interior are nice, and the engine is obviously good. But that is a big bummer, because I was really hoping that there would not be any rust on this thing, and I would be laughing. But the car gods are laughing at me now, which is lovely. I think the air shock's a little blown. Let's see over here. Yep, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that, because whatever. But other than that, the rust hole, it's okay. But you know what? That's a bummer, but whatever. Hopefully the tranny's okay, and something is salvageable. It doesn't look like the tranny's been leaking or anything like that. Well, a little bit there. A big dent in the pan. And horrible exhaust work. But it has cats. We got both cats. One big muffler. I don't know why it sounds like that, man. Because it sounds like shit. That hole isn't the end of the world. It can definitely be patched. It's like just like a foot of metal, probably, that's like that. And that can definitely be fixed. I mean, everything else seems to be okay for an Ontario car, and for $930, I can't really ask for anything more. So I'll be able to fix that, no problem. I'll probably just fix it from up top. Just sucks when I wasn't expecting any rust. Oh, also, that will need to be replaced because I need a a brake cable goes all the way back here, and I'll definitely need to replace the brakes because those are shit. But let's set it down and take it for a drive. Okay, so I'm taking the car for a spin right now. The check engine light is on, but as I'm driving it right now, it is in drive, and I'm gonna bring it onto the service road. But, okay, my dash is not working whatsoever. So I don't know how fast I'm going. I don't know how much gas I have in the car. I know nothing because this is not working whatsoever. That sucks, but let's just see how it drives. Okay, so reverse, neutral, drive. I'm in first gear. Still in first gear. Still in first gear. Yeah, no switching. It's just staying in first gear for some reason. Let's see if I can try to manually switch it. Okay, so I am in first right now. As you can see, I'm all the way at the bottom. We're just gonna go. It's revving really high. Switch the gears, nothing happened. Switch the gears again, nothing happened. It just revs insanely high. And this is what the guy told me. It just revs really high, but like it's actually driving pretty okay. And it switched gear right there. Oh, I'm missing second. I have no second gear. So it's going really, really high in first, then switching to third, but wanting to go back to second. So I just have no second gear. Okay. That helps. That's actually a really good thing to know that I'm missing second gear, so I know that my training's bad. But that can be rebuilt. So now it's just like, do I want to put the time and effort into fixing the floor, putting the car back together, and fixing the tranny? I would have like a running driving Escalade for like under $3,000, which is not bad. I literally paid $3,500 for that Escalade, and the transmission went on that, and I had to fully rebuild it and do everything else. Like it's probably like $7,000 into that one. So if I can get this one running and driving with a better interior and everything for like $3,000, $3,500, that's actually not too bad. So okay, we know what is wrong with this car now. It has no second gear. There's a hole in the floor. What else does it need? Oh, it needs all of these parts, but that's basically it. The engine runs very solid. It's like, there's no missing or anything like that. So now it kind of leaves up to me is what do I want to do with the car? Do I want to fix it? Do I want to put time into that? I think I do, because like I've only spent $400 on these parts. I need a fender. The transmission would be like $1,000 to $1,500 to fix. I have a friend who does it, so I'll pay him to do that. So that's $1,500 plus the cost of the car. We're at like $3,000 right there. And to fix the hole in the floor would be like $300. So I'd be in it for like $3,500, and I'd have a running, driving, nice Escalade. So if you guys want to be part of the decision, go down to the comments and just tell me, do you want me to fix this car or do you not? Also, you can go to my Instagram. I'm going to put a poll. It's going to last around 3 days. And you can just choose, like, should I fix this car or should I leave it? And I post a lot of stuff on Instagram before it hits YouTube. So that'd be perfect if you guys want to check that out. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. It really helps me a lot. I really enjoy making content for you guys. And I'm excited for this build. I mean, I really don't know. I could take the LS and just put it in something else and just part this car out, but I think it's just too good to part out. Decisions. Okay, let me know down in the comments. I read every single comment. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.